My dear friends, sin in Hebrew is hamartia. Hamartia is missing the focus. It won't happen all of a sudden. Sin will creep into your life gradually. That's why sin is like a serpent. Devil is like a serpent, we call. It creeps secretly from that little room which is given. Without any noise, devil will creep into your life and destroy it completely. So, today the parable of the prodigal son. There are a few steps in that sin. The word says, a young man's, Jesus continued, there was a man with 2 sons. The young said to his father, give me my share of the estate. So there is no plan of going away. But then I want my share. This is exactly what happened in Garden of Eden. They didn't want to depend on the father. They wanted to get their share, get himself isolated from the connection. So that's the first thing. You become your God. So the son wanted his share, so that there was no need to come and ask. He gets the share. He gets it. So he's independent. That ego, I, is the main problem, my dear friends. Then only, so why he want it? Because father becomes very boring. Life becomes very cumbersome. No change, no fun, no thrill, no kick, no satisfaction. So in that boredom, in that monotony, and he wanted a change. Rather, without finding change from within, he wanted that change from without, from outside. So he gets the share. So moment you get it, your relationship is tarnished. Then only devil can really act with you, use you. What happens? So the father divides his property between them. Elder son gets 1/3 of it, 2/3 of it, the younger son 1/3. That's the rule. So elder one also got the property, divided it. There's no problem. The problem comes with what? Some days later, the younger son gathered all his belongings and started off for a distant land. That is the exact problem in hamartia. You see the focus. You go away from the father. When the sheep is attacked, the wolf will separate a sheep from the flock. Then only it can attack the sheep. Otherwise, the flock is their defense. In the flock, very difficult to attack. So that's exactly what will happen in sin. You go away from the crowd, your family, your community. You isolate yourself. You go away from the presence. All what will happen is when you are away from the presence. David, when the tabernacle was in the warfield, David stayed in his castle, in his palace, away from the presence. St. Peter, when Jesus was going to the Sanhedrin, he was following him distantly, God said. All trouble comes when you are away from the presence. Sin will come to you when you are away from the presence. And then it will give you a terrible thrill, a momentary thrill. That's all what can sin give you. Stone, you will make it bread. And momentary happiness. Of course, it's an impetus. It's an urge. It gives you something to get you completely. So it's a bait. It's a trap. So initially it gives you a lot of thrill. That's why he enjoys it. Having spent, then the Lord said, what happened? Later the young man gathered all his belongings and started off for a distant land where he squandered his wealth, spent his wealth, loose living. That's heaven. That's what happened. Then it will give you a lot of thrill initially, and then devours you completely. See what happened? Having spent everything, he was hard pressed when a severe famine broke out in that land. He hired himself out to a well-to-do citizen of that place, and was sent to work on a pig farm. It gives you a lot of thrill and gets your life and devour you. And this is the next step in sin. You become a hired servant. You become a slave. You become a slave, and sin will take you to a level of a piggery. For Israelite, for a Jew, pig is the most dirtiest creature in the world. You do such dirty things in sin. It starts with one little step, one forbidden fruit. The whole garden was lost. That's the nature of it. So you cannot toy with sin. Remember, my dear friends, remember. So then he was completely broken, crushed. God will love a broken heart. He will never despise a broken heart. So what will happen? Nobody gave him anything. No one gave him anything. So famished was that he longed to fill his stomach, even with food given to the pigs, but no one offered him anything. Finally, coming to his senses. My dear friends, that's what happened. When you are crushed, when you are put to zero, you will come to senses. Pain will make you aware. Like the staff and the rod of the shepherd. He hits the sheep so that you can direct them. Pain will make you aware. That mirage will be taken away. That deceptivity will be taken away with pain. That pain will give you an eye opener, because the flesh will open. Flesh will break with pain. You give a lot of pleasure to the flesh. You are blinded with that. So the flesh, when the pain is given, flesh will break. The spirit will come out. So he came to the senses. And he came home. He thought about Father's love. And Father has prepared everything for him. When he was away, his love has prepared everything. The moment you take that shubh U-turn, everything is prepared there. The new life is greater than the former life. That's the nature of God's love. So let's take the decision to decide and have that U-turn. Come to senses with your pain. Realize God's love in your life and go home. He's waiting with a great, enormous promise for you, my dear friend. Think about it and have a nice day. May God bless you.